Hello my crafty friends, it is Crafting with Angie. I wanted to do a review because I have been asked to do a review on the Mouldd Ecoresin kit. I have had this for a little while. I have not opened the box. I have not done anything with it. I thought maybe I could do the review while I do a pour with it. Then we'll see at the end is the type of resin that I would recommend. The Mouldd is like a clay type color finish, more like pottery. You can add pigment to it. It's a white resin. It's eco, so it's not regular resin. To cure within an hour. I have never used this. Let's do the unboxing. I am going to turn the camera around and we will get started. So in the box, here's our kit. Mouldd by Moulld Ecoresin. Let's see what we have in here. Comes with a measuring scoop, gloves, the instruction guide we're going to need, the liquid solution. This says we mix 3 parts powder to 1 part liquid by weight. Sounds interesting. Then we have the casting powder. I watched a couple of the tutorials on their channel, and it says that we need our scale, apron, or old clothes, which is why I have this old shirt on, plastic sheet or a newspaper to cover your workspace, which I do have, gloves, which they provided. They're always too big for me, so I have my own. Wet wipes or paper towels for spills. I have those right here. Sandpaper optional for finishing touches. They have their QR code here you can scan. I just went on Google and typed in the Mouldd resin and it brought them right up. Prep your space. Before we dive in, let's get set up. Pop on your apron. I have on my old shirt. Cover your table. Lay out your tools. Put your gloves on. Fire up your weighing scales. Let me get my scale. So we have our scale. I'm going to set the gloves over here for right now. Mouldd is a 2-part system. Powder plus liquid. It's a 3-to-1 by mix, 3-to-1 mix by weight. That means 3 parts powder to 1 part liquid. Example, 3 ounces of powder is 1 ounce liquid. I understand. Flip to page 4 for all our Mouldd by Mouldd measurement guides. Now, I do not have the kit. I did not get the kit that comes with they have a Mouldd starter kit that comes with a striped jar, a vase, and an oval tray, or there's other ones that you can purchase individually off of their website. I basically bought this just for curiosity on how it pours. I have my own tray. Now this is a tray from Let's Resin. It has the amount on there. It says it's 9.21 fluid ounces, so we're going to have to figure that out. I got some cleaning up to do on this tray. There is some spots on it. I'm not sure if that's something I did or something that is just in the mold. I have poured this once. Never mind. We're going to get this cleaned up. I'm going to figure out the measurements and we'll get started. We're back. So according to our instructions, this is 3-to-1. For this particular tray, I'm going to need 0.16 pounds of the powder and 0.05 of the liquids. I have this set for pounds. I have my cup for my powder to go in here first. We have to work fast. According to these instructions, after you get this mixed, you have to let it sit for about 5 minutes. You have to wait. You stir, you mix for 1 to 2 minutes until silky smooth, no lumps. If powder clings to the cup or there's lumps, just smush it back in with your stick. Once smooth, the clock's ticking. You've got 6 to 10 minutes before Mouldd is too thick to pour, depending on the room temperature and the amount mixed. It's about 70 degrees in here, give or take. If we're adding color, we recommend waiting 2 to 3 minutes after mixing for it to thicken, then give it a final 10 second stir before adding color. This will help the colors be more bold and vivid. The color that we can use, the original kit comes with the Marblex pigments. I did not get that kit again. It does say that you can use, where did I just see that at? Water-based pigments are the best option with Marblex, like the ones in your kit, which we don't have. You can use mica powders, acrylic paints, alcohol inks, and glitter will also work, but not as vibrantly. So we don't have the Marblex pigments, so we're going to try some alcohol inks. It does say you are not to pop bubbles with alcohol or a heat gun. It's water-based and these methods can damage the structure. So we don't want to do that to pop bubbles. It says to use something to pop those bubbles with, like a toothpick or something. I have a bubble popper. It takes approximately 30 minutes to cure, but 60 minutes to make sure that it is ready for demold. Well, let's see. It does say the evaporation phase, about 20 minutes in, you might notice a watery layer forming on this top. This is totally normal. It's just water evaporating. Don't touch it. Let it do its thing. Okay, well, here goes nothing. We're going to open up our powder. Like I said, it's a 3 to 1. This thing went off. I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to put it back on. I'm going to take that off. And I need a 0.16 powder. We'll see. 0.16. I don't know how much that is, so we're going to put it in slowly. That's 1.7. There's that. Get this sealed back up. Then our liquid, we're going to take this off. I'm going to add this for my liquid. I do need to clean this out. It's got glitter in it. Everything I have has glitter in it. If you have craft room, does glitter, I'm sure, live everywhere in your craft room and outside of your craft room? Even my cat had glitter on her one day. I was like, where did you get that? So we're going to set this back to 0. This time we only need 0.05. I don't know. Oh, we got to shake this up. I read that you need to shake it because the sediment can settle and you want it to be really mixed, it said. I think that's good enough. I'm going to give it some vigorous shaking just to be on the safe side. It looks good and mixed to me. I can't really tell in this bottle if there is anything not mixed. It looks mixed. So here we go. Probably going to have to take the seal off yet. I figured that. According to everything I was reading as well, you do want to mix these separately because you want the proper, sure, really well experienced at this particular kind of resin. I am not. This is the first time I've ever measured the 3 to 1. I've done the 2 to 1. That's regular resin. So we need 0.05. That's 0.06. That don't look like a whole lot. That don't look like it's enough at all. I kid you not. I don't think this is right. This amount of powder, that amount of liquid for this amount of tray. I use their calculator on their website to tell me how much to measure. That does not look right. Let's see. I feel like their calculator is way off. Before I mix this up, I'm going to double check and I'll be back. We're back. I ended up having to go ahead and get a smaller mold. The amount of Marblex powder and liquid that tray took was more than what I have in my bags. Change of plans on what we're going to pour, which really kind of sucks because this stuff isn't too expensive, but I want to get way more than one project out of one bag. Does that make sense? Yeah, we are going to pour this is just a coaster. I just want to see how this stuff works and if I will be purchasing it again. As I said, this is a review. Being the time that it has taken me so far to figure out how much is going to be required for my project, as opposed to the 3-to-1 ratio, has taken me over an hour to figure out. I'm not that smart in math. Be that as it may, that's what I have. So for this, if their calculator is correct, I need 0.43 pounds of this powder. I'll be right back. 0.43 pounds. Let's do it. That's 3.1. There we go. 0.43. That we'll set aside. We need to put this over here. I'm gonna wipe off that powder. We need 0.14 of the liquid. Here goes nothing. So we're gonna pour, let me get this out of the way. We're gonna pour this into here. I don't have anything to color it with. I do have my stick. Once we get this in here, I am going to pour some in here so that we can color it. Now, according to this, we got to stir 1 to 2 minutes until smooth, no lumps. Once it's smooth, the clock is ticking. You got 6 to 10 minutes before Mouldd is too thick to pour, depending on the room temperature and amount mixed. Adding color, will recommend waiting 2 to 3 minutes after mixing for it to thicken. Then give it a final 10 to second stir before adding colors. This will help the colors be more bold. Okay, so we're going to pour this in here. Like, we're going to start mixing. 1 to 2 minutes. It's 9:51. We don't want any clumps. We want this to be smooth. I want to be sure and get all the powder everywhere. I don't want any of this. That looks good. I'm just going to wipe this off. That looks real smooth. And 9:52. Once it's smooth, the clock is ticking. You got 6 to 10 minutes before Mouldd is too thick to pour, depending on the room. So we want to, in color, we recommend waiting 2 to 3 minutes after mixing for it to thicken. Then give it a final 10-second stir before adding colors. This will help the colors be more bold. I don't want this, I want this to be separated. I want to put the white in there. I'm going to crystallize this, so I don't know if that's going to really work. We're going to try it. That seems so runny to me. I'm not certain this is even mixing in here. I see it changing color a little, very little. It is very, there's the rest of my powder. I do want this to be mixed really well, because if it's kind of like resin, you don't want bubbles to be forming because you don't have all of your mica powder mixed. So I'm going to keep stirring. According to those instructions, we've only got 6 to 10 minutes to work with this, depending on how much we mixed. It says how warm our room is. I can't even talk. Go figure. Kind of a peachy color. It's supposed to be orange. Let's see if we add a little more. What happens? Most of it's sticking to my silicone stick, so I'm having to wipe it off and then mix it in. This may not be the best mixing stick for this stuff. Like I said, it's a review. So far, I'm not liking it. It does say that their pigments is the better choice for coloring. When I bought this, I'm not sure if I didn't see that they had a kit, or if I bought it straight off of Facebook. You know how those ads are. You hit shop, then it takes you to that product. I didn't even know at that time that they sold other products. I don't know. I got this, and we're gonna use it. I did get on their website and see. It is thickening up, but it's not that thick, so I may have added too much liquid. We started at 9:52 and it's now way past that. So Let's go. We're gonna do this. Reminds me of a dreamsicle. Doesn't say you can't scrape. I do know I have some unmixed powder in there, so I'm not gonna scrape too much on that one. This one has a little bit more in there. Not much, but a little. I almost filled it up. It didn't. It still probably got another ounce, maybe 2, I'm guessing. The calculator was a little off for the amount that we needed to mix. I'm not too certain that the ratio was exactly right, being that it seemed to have more liquid than it did powder. It seemed to be more liquidy, if that makes sense. We will come back for the demold. I don't see any bubbles at this time. It's supposed to set up within an hour, give or take the temperature in the room and how thick it is. That will be the... I see a bubble right there. Let me grab my bubble wand. Actually, that is mica powder unmixed right there. We are going to get that out of there. We're looking at the back of the mold right now. So this would be the bottom of the coaster. I'm just basically doing a cute design on here. I don't know if it's going to stay that way or not. There's also something right there. Probably more unmixed mica powder. Yep. Look. Charlotte's wanting in. Do you hear her clawing out the door? We'll have to let her in. I'll have to come and say hi to everybody. My cat Charlotte wants to stop in and say hi to everybody. Come on. Hi, pretty girl. Say hi to the people. So I will check back in here in about an hour. We'll see what this looks like. Well, it's been an hour. We're going to go ahead and demold this. We will give our final review of this product for the Moulld Ecoresin. I'm going to... I don't see any bubbles. That's good, even though we saw there was some unmixed mica powder in there. It didn't cause any issues, so it's cooled down. So I'm just going to gently go around. See some spots on it from kind of heavy. Wow. I see something right there. It's a piece of glitter that was in there that I missed with the tape. It's really cute. It feels like pottery. That was the look. You have a beautiful back. Even though it didn't, the calculator didn't give us the quite accurate measurements, it's okay because this is just perfect. I don't see any imperfections in this at all. Well, I take that back. Right there, I was supposed to give it a little squish. I forgot that part. I saw that in the video where it says you need to squish it and settle it just so you don't have these little... I had a little air bubble right there. That is the only thing not waterproof. So you will have to put a coating over top of that. That is something I'm going to have to find out what kind of top coat or whatever I need to put over this to make it waterproof. Other than that, I think it was a success. Hang tight for my full review. So, here are a few things to note if you are going to buy this and use it. First off, the 3-to-1 ratio threw my brain into a spasm. Maybe it's because I'm used to the 1-to-1. I have mixed the 2-to-1. That was not really so hard. The 3-to-1 stumped me. I think the instructions with their particular products that comes in the kit, it doesn't even tell you their full amount of what it goes in. They just give you the ratios of what to mix for their particular products that they put in their kit. All good, but when you go to use their calculator and you're going to measure, because it's going to ask you for the measurements of whatever item you're going to be pouring it for, if they're not exactly right, which I could have Probably the depth is what knocked us off a little bit on the ratio. It's okay. Mine turned out perfectly fine. I'm extremely happy with it. That part of mixing was a little complicated for me. If you're really good at math and you're used to using the ratios like that, then it'll be no problem for you. The second thing that I really do, I love that it come out exactly where I was looking for it to be, a clay type piece. It did. Mica powder, it still did give it color. It was a little clumpy. I had to make sure that it was mixed in really well. I'll pour this again. I'm going to pour this again on me. I'm going to try to push it a little bit. We're going to find out what all we can and cannot do with this product in a future video. Stay tuned. Anyway, so for the price of what I paid for this kit, you do have to choose wisely. For me, I'm a cheapskate. I don't want to use one whole entire bag of the powder and the liquid to make one product. I want to try experimenting with smaller items first. Choose wisely. I wanted it to stretch my dollar, what I paid for it. That's something else you'll have to consider. Other than the powder is a little bit loose and it can get into the air, you should wear a mask. However, I have many air purifiers in this room, so I felt safe enough not to do that. If you want to wear a mask, please wear the proper PPE. It does recommend wearing a mask because the dust from the powder can get into the air. It wasn't really bothersome to me. That is, if you are going to be purchasing this, I would recommend getting the kit. It does come with the kit, and it also, on their website, they have other molds that you can purchase. It's listed in their instructions what the ratio is to mix those. As I said before, I will be doing other videos. I will be trying to do some different techniques with it. We're going to try testing. I will continue to bring those updates to you. For now, Moulld Moulld Ecoresin, I would recommend. And I believe it is eco-friendly. It did not have no odor. I was extremely pleased with the product to waterproof this so that it can be used as an actual coaster. I may end up just pouring the rest of these. They come in different shapes. We're gonna continue to test this. We may test this with regular resin over it to see if that will be our waterproof. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will be linking all of this in the description below, so if you do want to buy this particular resin, Ecoresin, it'll be available in the description below. Also, I will be sending a review to the Moulld Company as I have been asked. I want to thank you for joining me today. I am so grateful, and I hope you all have a very blessed day. God bless. Bye.